Hello and welcome to the Viking channel. In this episode we are going to talk about the creation of the word and the worldview and beliefs of the people in Scandinavia in the Viking Age. And this is immensely important to understand how the Vikings viewed the creation of the word and also how the gods function and how they reacted and how the people had to interact with the gods in order to conduct their everyday life, the trading, the raiding, the warfare, the sailing, everything they had to do. The approach they had depended on this word view. So let's start to explore, and I think all of you have already heard the word Ragnarök, which means the end of the word. And when the end of the word is announced, there is a horn blowing. And in the Eddas it's written, Heimdall stands up and blows the Gjallarhorn with all his strength. He wakens all the gods, who then hold an assembly. Odin now rides to Mimir's well, seeking Mimir's counsel for himself and his followers. The ash Yggdrasil shakes, and nothing, whether in heaven or on earth, is without fear. And when the horn blows, the Ragnarök, the end of the word, is soon coming. In order to understand the end of the word, Ragnarök, then we need to understand the creation of the word, the beginning. So before time, there was nothing. There was a void filled with nothing. And Ymir, the anthropomorphic figure, was born out of this nothing, between the poles of fire in the south and ice in the north. And in the prophecy of the seers, it says, in earlier times did Ymir live, was nor sea nor land, no salty waves, neither earth was there, nor upper heaven, but a gaping nothing, green things nowhere. In this nothing that Ymir comes from, suddenly appears a cow, Audhumla. And Audhumla, she licks on a salt stone, and from the salt stone creates a man, Bori. And he has sons, and the sons, they come and they slay Ymir. And out of Ymir, they create the world. The brain becomes the clouds, the eyes, the stars, the blood, it's the ocean, and so forth. So from the beginning that Ymir is slain to create this new world, we know that through the murderer there must be an end to the word, and that is Ragnarök. But we do have a long story between the beginning and the end. The new word created by Ymir, the slain Ymir, by the three sons of Bor, the son of Bori, Odin, Vili, and Vie, now has night and day, stars and moon. We have the 9 worlds, different words for the human, for the gods, for the giants, and so forth. And they all live in different places, but they are connected through a worldview. And in the center of this worldview, we have the tree Yggdrasil. There are gods, there are giants, we have the night and day, but we don't have any human beings yet. In the Edda, we can read, the coast then came kind and mighty. From the gathered gods, 3 great Aesir, on the land they found, of little strength, Ask and Embla, unfated yet. Ask and Embla are the 2 first human beings, unfated, which means they cannot take any actions of their own. At the roots of the tree Yggdrasil, which is the center of these 9 words, are the 3 Norns, Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld. They spin the lifetime of each human being, the destiny of each human being. And in that way, Ask and Embla are also fated and start to live and make actions. So they are the first human beings, and they can be compared to Adam and Eve from the biblical tradition. The most important words in this creation we have is Ausgard, that's where the Aesir gods live. We have Midgard, and in Midgard we have the human beings with Ask and Embla as the two first human beings. And in the outskirts of these words we have Jotunheim, which is where the giants live. And the giants are usually dangerous, and sometimes there is interaction between these words. And at the top of everything we have Valhalla. And in this pantheon of the Aesir gods created, we have Odin at the very top. Odin is the god of warfare, but also poetry. He resides in Valhalla, and that is his realm. And all the warriors who died on the battlefield are picked up by the Valkyries, and they are transported up to Valhalla. And in Valhalla, together with Odin, they fight every day. In the evening they feast, they eat the pig Sarimner, who then comes back every morning. So every day repeats itself, and they wait up in Valhalla with Odin, the warriors, for Ragnarök. They are preparing for the last day. And they know that the last day will come because of the way the world was created. The human beings that did not die on the battlefield, it's called that they died a straw death. They died of old age, of sickness. Straw death means they died on a mattress made of straw. They will go down to Niflheim, which is another realm, one of the 9 words. The bridge over to Niflheim is guarded by Hel, a goddess. And she lets them in, and she keeps the gate closed until it's time for Ragnarök. A signal that something is going to come is when the horn, Gjallarhorn, blows. Everyone down in Niflheim are not practicing warfare. They are still, however, waiting for Ragnarök, and that is the day when Hel will open the gates and everyone will come out for the final battle. But the signs, as I mentioned, the signs will come starting with the horn, and then we will have the Fimbul winter coming 3 years in a row, and then all hell will break loose. In this world created now from the slaying of Ymir, we have the Aesir god, we have Odin, who is the mightiest of them, we have Thor, who is the god of thunder, he rules over the weather. And in Sweden, we still today say when it's thunder, or we would just look out and we say, oh, Thor is out with his goats. And then, of course, we have the trickster figure, Loki. Loki is the one who is mischievous. He is the one causing Balder's death. Balder was the most beautiful god, and everyone loved Balder. But Loki, with his actions, actually caused the killing of Balder. We have another family of gods called the Vanir, and sometimes they help each other. And we have Freyr and Freya, and they are of the Vanir family. In the Eddas we can read the stories about what they are doing and their adventures. We have this paradise world with the gods living in Ausgard, and the people, the human being, living in Midgard, and the giants in Jotunheim. But problems start in this world, and the problems also lead up to Ragnarök. And in the Edda we can read, I saw for Balder, the blessed god, Ygstere's son, what doom is hidden. So Loki, who sets in action the killing of Balder, that is one action that starts the rolling of what will then lead up to Ragnarök. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode in this Viking series.